As the Prime Minister's trip to the coastal region draws to an end, his office is facing fresh accusations, claims of corruption involving the second phase of the Kazi Kwa Vijana scheme. A World Bank report alleges that several officials in the PM's office spent part of the money intended for the scheme on illegal allowances and non-existent seminars. And now the Prime Minister's political adversaries and civil society activists are calling for his resignation.
The design of the Kazi Kwa Vijana initiative from the beginning was meant to be a conduit for stealing public money. That is why some of us refused and opposed that initiative from day one. Now it has come out to the public what the scheme was all about. I am sure those who are in charge will take political responsibility.
We are going to say to the Prime Minister that you must walk the talk and talk the talk, sababu umesema anyone ambaye kunakuwa na scandal kwa wizara yake, he must take political responsibility.
We unequivocally demand that the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, takes political responsibility for the scandal which happened under his watch by stepping aside immediately until he is cleared personally through credible investigations carried out by anti-corruption and other law enforcement authorities.
The World Bank contributed to the 4.3 billion shillings project. It now wants the government to refund 972 million shillings, which it had already disbursed, and has stopped any further disbursements. Since its launch in March 2009, the Kazi Kwa Vijana program has not been without troubles, having to contend with allegations of corruption and misappropriation of funds meant for the youth supplying the labor. In April this year, the second phase of the Kazi Kwa Vijana program was launched amid an outcry by members of parliament seeking an audit of the first phase and confirmation of proper management systems in place. The legislators had expressed concern over the use of 7 billion shillings in the first Kazi Kwa Vijana phase. The current second phase was meant to benefit close to 200,000 youths. The year's budget had devoted 1.8 billion shillings to the youth program, but the bulk of it was to be funded by donors. It was divided into three components. The first component is labor-intensive works and social services and is meant to help reduce the vulnerability of unemployed youth in the country. The second component involves private sector internships and training and is intended to improve the youth's chances for employment by providing youth with work experience and skills through the creation of internships and relevant trainings in the formal and informal sector. The third component is capacity building and policy development and is meant to enhance the capacity of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports to implement the National Youth Policy and increase the institutional capacity for youth policy planning. For Sunday Live, I'm Ochieng.